Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar. I am Dr. Pallavi Mukherjee, the convener of Prakalp 2022. And on behalf of my entire team, I welcome you to the grand inaugural ceremony of the third International Internship and Research Project Presentation Competition Prakalp 2022, organized by the Institute of Business Management and Research, IPS Academy, Indore, Madhya Pradesh, India. We are graced with the presence of phenomenal dignitaries today. Architect Ajal K. Chaudhary, sir, he's the president of IPS Academy. Dr. Vivek Singh Kushwaha, sir, he's the director of IPS Academy, IPMR. Our chief guest for today, Dr. Ashok Kumar Sharma, he's rector and acting vice chancellor of DAVV Indore, Madhya Pradesh. Our guest of honor, Dr. P.K. Singh, sir, he's the director of Indian Institute of Management, Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu. Our guest of honor, Dr. Sangeeta Jain, ma'am, she's the director of IMS, DAVV Indore, Madhya Pradesh. We are extremely privileged to have a galaxy of national and international jury members from the United States of America, Japan, Nigeria, academic personnel from IIT Patna, DAVV, and industry personnel from Piramal, Chorus, ECIL, Raymond's, Croma, Sapporo Milk, and so on. We will soon share the details with you. So let us quickly begin the ceremony with the most auspicious tradition of our country, Ma Saraswati Vandana. I now request Mr. Sanju Mahavasa to kindly play the video for us. United States of America, Japan, Nigeria, academic personnel from IIT Patna, DAVV, and industry personnel from we will soon share the details. So let us quickly begin the ceremony with the most auspicious tradition. I now request Mr. Sanju
Mahavasa. Saraswati Bhagavati Nishesha Jadyapaha Shuklam Brahma Vichara Parama Adyam Jagat Vyapinim Veena Pustakadharinim Abhayada जाड्यान्धकारापहा हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिकां विदधतिं पद्मासने संस्थितां वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्
Thank you so much, Sanju sir. So as you can see, this is a galaxy of jury members we have today. Ms. Virginia Pusioshi, a co-founder of San Francisco, USA. Ms. Nina Furusawa, she's the director of BNB India Private Limited, Japan. Dr. Nikichi Emma Ichigu, she's a senior lecturer at Borneo State University, Albuquerque, Nigeria. Dr. Saurabh K. Pandey, he's assistant professor at IIT Patna. Mr. BVM Rao, he's the former HR head, Shoppers Stop, Indore. Mr. Arun Vishwanath, he's the founder director, Talent Architects, Mumbai. Mr. Devashish Chakraborty, he's the executive vice president, India and UK Formulations Pyramid, Indore. Mr. Sanjay Gupta is the plant head, Forest Limited, Pithampur. Dr. Kapil Rokre, he's the sales head, Sapporo Milk and Milk Products, Indore. Mr. Utpal Sen is retired general manager, ECIL, Government of India, Hyderabad. Mr. Vikas Jaju, he's senior VP, PFIL, Hyderabad. Ms. Shilpa Jingon, she's a woman entrepreneur, founder of the stock market Pune. Mrs. Dhananjay Parsikar, he is the manager of R&D, Sapcon Instruments Private Limited, Indore. And of course, our guest of honor, Dr. P.K. Singh, the director of IIM Trichyapalli, Tamil Nadu. Our chief guest, Dr. Ashok Kumar Sharma, is director and acting vice chancellor of DU Indore, and Dr. Sangeeta Jain, ma'am, she's director IMS DU Indore. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are extremely privileged to have you on board. I now request Dr. Vivek Singh Kushwaha, the director of IPSA IBMR and also the program chair of Prakalp 2022, to kindly address the gathering. Sir, the dice is yours.
Thank you so much, Pallavi ma'am. Very good morning to all. I'm really very thankful to all the guests who accept our invitation for Prakalp 2022, especially Dr. P.K. Singh sir, who is well connected with IPS Academy since long. So, sir, I'm really very thankful you accepted our invitation for this Prakalp 2022. Ashok Kumar Sharma sir, acting vice chancellor, Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya. Sir, under the umbrella of Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, we are flourishing and we try to set the benchmark that university is setting. So globally, yes, Indore would be recognized as one of the main academic center. IPS Academy is ranked by NIRF also, sir. So we are in top 100 institute all over the India. Respected Sangeeta Jain ma'am, we always get guidance and are torch bearer for academic institutes and business management institutes especially. So thank you so much, ma'am. The jury member today who accepted our invitation for this Prakalp 2022. The objective of every business school is to create a corporate ready or a budding manager. In this journey, internship play a very important role, internship and major research projects. So if a student do these internships and major research projects, usually what happens if suppose the student is from Institute of Business Management and Research, IPS Academy. So they are within their vicinity, they see what exactly they are doing. In this competition, they are able to see what other students are doing, not only within the geographic boundaries of India, but outside this geography, entire globe. So they can evaluate themselves how exactly they are doing these MRPs, these project reports. They correlate what exactly they learn in management education in classrooms, the case studies that generally we discuss with these students. So they are able to bridge that gap that no, not only for the local market, but yes, they are able to compete for global market or whatever the forthcoming challenges these students are supposed to face. So this particular competition, the objective of this competition is to bridge this gap. So not only the students of IPS Academy or this institute, but across the globe, this year we have received more than 225 entries from different business schools of the country and outside the country. And the objective of these the jury member is they are mixed from industry as well as from academic institute. So what industry is accepting, whether a student is performing or whether we are preparing those students so they can face those challenges, those future challenges that they are supposed to. And as academicians is concerned, academicians are guiding how to write a report, data interpretation, data analysis, whether they are able to analyze those data in the right direction or able to prepare those reports, which was expected by the industry. So this is what the objective as far as the Prakalp is. So with these words, I'm really very thankful to all the jury members, respected guests, respected Achal Chaudhary sir, the president of IPS Academy Group of Institution, because he is the guiding force. And what IPS Academy is today, we are offering more than 70 courses and there are other campuses also. One is in Jhabua, another one is in Saver, then Indore Public School, the 4 campuses of Indore Public Schools. So this is how the academic is flourishing, and each and every course, yes, we are able to maintain those ranks. We are able to set the benchmark. So with these words, I'm really very thankful to all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vivek sir. We are indeed very lucky to be a part of this flourishing campus and this academic infrastructure. Moving on with the next part of the program, I now invite my colleague, Dr. Chavi Saxena, to welcome architect Achal K. Chaudhary sir, who is the president of IPS Academy. Chavi ma'am, over to you.
Very fond. Achal K. Chaudhary. Hello, am I audible? Hello.
So please give us a moment, sir.
Hello. Yes, ma'am, am I audible right now? I would like to welcome Achal K. Chaudhary sir, who is an eminent educationist. He has done a B.Art Honours degree from Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, and he has built some wonderful residential and commercial projects in Indore and other parts of country, which include Sri Aurobindo Institute of Medical Sciences, Dawa Bazaar, Apollo Towers, Indraprasth Towers, and others. He has been an eminent architect, and Dainik Bhaskar has included architect Achal Chaudhary sir in list of 50 eminent personalities of Indore. I would like to welcome Achal sir for addressing the session.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Okay.
So you're audible.
Okay. Our own family member, Dr. Ashok Sharma, our today's chief guest and vice chancellor, Honorable P.K. Singh sir, Sangeeta ma'am, and all the dignitaries from the galaxy. A very good morning to all of you. A very good morning to all the participants. And I would like to thank Kushwa sir for collecting, gathering so many eminent personalities for this particular program. I have one thing in mind all the time. When we go to industry, even with a fresh pass out, when I went to practicing architects office, always we have to hear that key, okay, this means what you have learned in theory is different from what is being practiced. But I don't know why this happens. Because the theories are created from the practicals, and practicals further develop from the further development of the theory. I think this particular thing, this gap, somehow should be completed so that the industry and the academia, they work together and in a synchronization. And I'm very hopeful that this particular Prakalp, this thing for internship, will come out, throw some light on this particular thing. And with that, I would like to congratulate all the participants and wish them best of luck. Thank you, Kushwaji. Thank you all. Please carry on.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Ashal sir. It's always a treat to hear you. I request Divya ma'am to kindly share the PPT of P.K. Singh sir.
Hi, Papu.
Prakalp 2022 welcomes our guest of honor, Dr. Pavan Kumar Singh, sir. He's the director of IIM Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu. Dr. P.K. Singh has been engaged for more than 3 decades in academics in the field of postgraduate teaching in management, training, research, consulting, and academic administration. He's an expert in the field of organizational behavior, human resource management, Indian ethos, managerial values, and skills. He has worked as director in charge of IIM Indore and served as a chairperson of academic committee of IIM Sambalpur and also as a nodal officer. He has also served as the director of MDI Gurgaon. Dr. Singh has published numerous research papers, 2 books, 1 booklet in the field of managing people, and about 75 research papers in national and international seminars. Sir, numerous is the right word to address your publications. Also, an excellent orator and a dynamic personality. We are extremely privileged to have you with us today as our guest of honor. Thank you so much for joining us. The dais is yours, sir. Please address the gathering.
Am I audible now? Dr.
Yes, sir,
Pal-
you're audible. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I have been unmuted. Fine. Very good morning and wonderful day. Today is because today is grand finale of Prakalpa 2022, where for last years, those students who have got engaged in industry project, either let us say as part of their curriculum or maybe guided by faculty, they will all actually meet and place their ideas together. And as I understand that for last 2-3 years, all 2-3 days, students have been presenting their projects. And today, the filtered students actually will get chance again, as I understand. But congratulations to all students who have participated here. First of all, thanks to IPS Academy, IBMR, Indore, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Honorable Acting Vice Chancellor and presently Rector of Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, Dr. Ashok Sharma ji, Dr. Sangeeta Jain ji, Director of IMS Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, Institution Builder and Creator of IPS Academy, Dr. Achal Chaudhary ji, President of IPSA, Dr. Vivek Kushwaha ji, the Director of IPSA IBMR, Madam Virginia Puxio ji, co-founder of Data Pure San Francisco, who is also playing a very important role today as a jury, and Ms. Sena Furusawa ji, Director of B&B India Private Limited from Japan, dear Dr. Satyakam Dubey ji, the Director of Admissions, IPSA, Dr. Pallavi Mukherjee ji, Dr. S.P. Tripathi ji, the entire IPS Academy fraternity. IPS Academy I see from a different angle, one of those rare institutes in the country where any student can decide to go to get entry as a nursery level student and come out with a PhD from the same campus. This is very unique, and I don't find a very quick example like IPS Academy has created its own space in the world of academia and catering to the need of entire country and especially to the central part of India. Now, let us have some discussion for about next 9 to 10 minutes that what actually we are doing here. Basically, it is a very nice platform created by IPS to help students to tone up their skills of research. And students, they have been allowed to present their projects in various areas of management, any area we can imagine, and majorly 4 areas have been emphasized in the brochure. And actually, the purpose of this, as Dr. Achal Chaudhary ji was saying, that to solemnize a good marriage between practice and theory because practice and theory are never at loggerhead. First of all, I would like to place with most humble tone, beware of a person who speaks this sentence. What is that sentence? Sentence is, theory is theory and practice is practice. Generally, academicians don't jump on any conclusion, but because time is limited, and if fact is a fact and truth is a truth, I do not hesitate saying quickly that beware of such persons who utter the sentence, theory is theory and practice is practice, as if theory in the sky dropped. Theory has not dropped from the sky. It has grown from the ground, because through practice you have done observation, you have applied many methodologies, you have collected data, or you have invested your insight, and then by watching very minutely or by finding the music, that data starts actually springing up through quantitative research based methodology. In that case, the quintessential aspect of theory is, the quintessential aspect of practice is theory. So theorization, nothing is more practical than an attempt to theorize. So theory actually is quintessence of practice. Now, what is the shortcoming of theory? Only humble, let us say, unintended shortcoming of theory is that theory lags behind the practice by 18 months or 2 years, let us say, because any research article published today is actually based on the data which is 2 years old. हिंदी में कहूंगा, इस बेचारे छोटे से एक दोष के लिए थ्योरी को क्यों बदनाम करते हैं? So what I'm trying to say that theory is fully practical. Data lag is there. But when data lag is there, apart from research article, please also read business magazine, trade magazines, today's newspaper, something is being debated. So fill up that gap for 2 years. So if we read good research articles, standard research articles, and when we supplement our knowledge with whatever is happening in last 2 years, I think you have full grasp on practice also through the route of knowing theory. So theory is not theory, practice is not practice. Theory and practice are two parts of the same coin. Rather, they are actually one thing named differently. That is point number one. Point number two, in this research project, it is a very good attempt at organizing this kind of competition that students are allowed to delve deeper into researches. And as you know, new education policy also suggests that graduation can be of two types, 3 years and 4 years. But if it is 4 years graduation, the 4th year of graduation should be devoted to research orientation. And what is that research orientation? Research orientation, when we say, which is to be developed through NEP mandate in the 4th year of graduation, and which will actually bring forth that research orientation right from the day one of any master degree program, says that we should be able to generate knowledge through the given data. As popular phrase goes, that joining the dots, because data are always scattered. So many observations I can do. I'm now watching outside window. So many observations are there, but do I find a pattern? And here I would like to say, especially to postgraduate level students and to PhD scholars and to any fraternity of, let us say, any member of my fraternity academician, that when data, we find a pattern in that data, the first benefit is for the researcher himself or herself, because then you start dancing with joy, because your data is now showing a pattern, and you're able to understand certain kind of, let us say, causal relationship, or certain kind of, let us say, parallelism in two kinds of evidences. These all are called joy of research. So I think one should not do research if one is doing research only to fill up the boxes in biodata. Then one should not do research. There are many other avenues in this world. One should do research, first of all, to have joy of research. And then you will find that as a byproduct, especially to my PG students, I'm saying that you will find as a byproduct that these data start creating musical node. I would like to place like that. When data or your observation or your insightfulness through, let us say, qualitative research methodology also, when they start creating musical note, you think that actually your research is now happening. That is the joy of research. Now, when students get chance to do certain summer project, let us say in organization, what are the benefits? Benefit number one is, especially for those students who join professional programs at PG level straight after graduation, is that first time they get a very structured opportunity to rub shoulder with practitioners, and what is called in English a phrase greenhorn. Greenhorn means just budding person, and any person who does not have any experience in industry is taken as, let us say, greenhorn, a fresh graduate. But I would say that if any student has done a very good summer project, or let us say any project under guidance of faculty, he or she can claim that I am not a novice now. I have rubbed shoulder with the practitioners. I have seen their world. I have collected some data. I have done some observation. I understand how things go on. I have yet to learn a lot. That is a different thing. Anybody at any stage, at any age has yet to learn a lot. But graduates at post-graduation level, when they do a good summer project, they are charged with confidence to have a dialogue, to get engaged in a dialogue with those who are practitioners, that please treat me as a person with certain kind of profundity in the field of experience. That is the first benefit of good research project. The second benefit is that actually you get chance to solve a problem, of course, by very empathetic support of the organization. I have something to say about this role of industry also in helping students to develop research orientation or doing a good project, is that there is no complaint, but some organizations they put a cold shoulder to, let us say, these young students who go for summer project or so, saying that he has or she has come for 2 months and will go away. No, I think when industry demands that institutions should produce industry-ready students, then I think a humble demand from academicians also would be that, my dear industry fellow, you also please take into the warm fold, please take in your warm fold these students and help them to get actually educated proportionately at the age where they are actually struggling to develop certain kind of practical orientation based on their conceptual understanding. So industry also has some role to play, but academic institution has more role to play. For example, I would say that I think IPS Academy of Management also may be doing this already. I need not to say anything, but any MBA college must formally teach before students go to summer project such subjects like research methodology, statistics, spreadsheet analysis, and other computer-based skills. Art of writing, research project writing, and also art of presentation of research project. These 5 things I think we should ensure in our MBA curricula that must go before students actually go to industry to do their summer project, because with certain kind of armory, they are well equipped to do these researchers. So this summer project competition will actually showcase the competence of the students, and I think it will be a food for thought for academicians also, that what exactly is the gap and where we should chip in to develop them as a better material actually to start the summer project or any research project. Now, I saw in the brochure also what you sent from IPS Academy. I got some brochure sent by Dr. S.P. Tripathi, which says that this competition also allows certain presentation which are based on faculty guidance. Say it means there are some projects which are independent of typical summer project or other kind of institutional project. Here I have something to add, that management institution may think to promote faculty guided mini research work by students in the third semester. Semester, when I say semester means 6 months, the third semester means just after, say, summer project is over. And for example, courses of independence learning, such kind of things are also prevalent in institutions like Indian Institutes of Management, where students can opt certain credit load equivalent paper, and that will be guided by faculty. Of course, this should be done very seriously, because many times we have to put a ceiling that not much more than this credit load a faculty gets guide, because if shabby things are done, it must be discouraged. But it will be a very good idea that at least half of the equivalent of a full course of MBA in third semester may be dedicated to individual student, getting one individual faculty, or one faculty may have 3 or 4 or 5 also students, and based on a certain identified topic, students will do certain research. This will help them to understand what is actually the joy of horizontal expansion of knowledge, what is joy of vertical deepening of knowledge, what is joy of intertwining the theory and practice of knowledge, and how the old theory becomes a worm for creating a new kind of, let us say, insightful theory. So all these things can be done through certain initiatives from academic institutions also. So actually the event what is happening today, I take it as an opportunity for industry and academia also to find opportunities to do better jobs from our own side also. So with this, I wish that this competition, which is grand finale today, of course, Prakalp 2022, and this is the 3rd edition of International Internship and Research Project Presentation Competition. I wish best to all. I congratulate IPS Academy, and my best wishes to all students and all stakeholders. Thank you very much for this opportunity to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, PK Singh, sir, to join us. And you're phenomenal. You are a dynamic orator, and it's fantastic to hear you all the time. Yes, an inclusive learning that actually includes everything related to research, art of writing, presenting your research, and so on, is really going to be helpful for the students when they go to academic industry from academia. Horizontal expansion, vertical orientation of knowledge and learning. Lovely points, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today. I would request Vivek sir to kindly present the memento to Pawan sir.
Thank you so much, PK Singh, sir, for sparing time from your busiest schedule, sir. Your blessings play a very important role, and your guidance play an important role for IPS Academy IBMR. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Divya ma'am, kindly play our video right now.
IPS Academy, 16 colleges, 71 courses, 58-acre campus. So Indore Professional Studies Academy is one of the Central India's largest educational hub, in which it offers courses at all levels. At IPS Academy, it has been our endeavor to provide education to students that leads to multifaceted development of their innate talent.
The oldest and the best education institution of Central India, huge campus, impeccable infrastructure and facilities, providing quality education to the students in diversified fields. Now, this was the dream of an IITian, which turned into a beautiful reality and became probably one of the most decorated names in the country. When the mind is without fear and the head is held high, very rightly said by Sri Rabindranath Tagore, taught and followed by our institution, I would say IPS Academy does not only impart knowledge in the form of this institution of education, but it also makes sure to broaden the horizons of thought and character of the students who belong to the IPS family. Indeed, very lucky to be a part and change students' lives.
Institute of Business Management and Research. The need of managers in organization is continuously increasing, as well as the expectations from managers are continuously changing. IBMR IPS Academy is meant for those who want to shape their career in business management and excel in it, and offers
We have been joined by international speaker Ms. Virginia Pusio. She's the founder of Data Pure San Francisco, USA. I now request Ms. Subhanshi Vishwakarma to introduce her, please.
Thank you, Pallavi ma'am. It's my pleasure and honor to welcome Ms. Virginia Pugh. She is the co-founder of Data Pure Company, and it is in San Francisco, USA. Ms. Virginia Pugh is a skill operations strategist with an inclination to structure strategic thinking from first principle. She has a vast experience with the companies like Google, Standard Combinations, Startup Consultant, Zachary Corp, Retail Next, and all. She has experience of strategic leadership, team development and management, data development management, strategic vendor partnership assessment, and relationship management, general management, P&L, deliverables, project management, presentation, and public speaking. So I welcome Ms. Virginia Pusio for Prakalp 2022 on behalf of IPS Academy IBMR. Thank you.
Good morning to you all, and thank you to IPS Academy IBMR Indoor and to Dr. Kushwaha for inviting me to join you today. My name is Virginia Puccio. I work on growth and strategic partnerships at DataPure. Just a little quick background about DataPure. We are a multinational company with a huge presence there in Indore. We have more than 500 employees across the world in US, Europe, South America, and India. And we work with high growth, high tech companies across the world to support their artificial intelligence and automation technologies. We're growing very rapidly and we're always looking for good people. So if anybody is interested, please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm based in the US, but I'm happy to connect you with the people right there in India. So about 10 years ago, I returned to university myself to earn an MBA. And during my MBA program, we were required to produce projects at multiple companies. We had to approach real companies and ask if they had any business problems that we could work on solving in specific subject areas. So each project would be 2 to 3 months long in the areas of market research, supply chain manufacturing and operations, and foreign business expansion. We did these as group projects of 3 to 4 students per group. And this gave us the opportunity to reinforce skills that are relevant for both group and individual work. We had the chance to meet and to work with company key stakeholders, C-level and VP level leaders. We did a lot of the project work on site at the company offices, side by side with the company employees. We were able to take what we were learning in the classroom and put it to use in real world environment. It was one thing to learn the concepts in a classroom during lectures and to write essays and to take notes and take tests to prove my knowledge of them. But it was a whole different thing to utilize these same concepts in a real business setting. We took actual problems that our project companies were facing and we provided solutions. It was during this time that I discovered I'm an excellent project manager. I've always known that I'm good at organizing things. I'm one of those people who takes everything out of the cupboards or closets every few months. I clean them up. I get rid of whatever is no longer needed, and then I put everything back, whatever is remaining, in a neat and organized and a tidy fashion. So when we first broke into groups, we sort of tiptoed around who would be responsible for which tasks. In our first few meetings, there wasn't much progress. But I knew that with such a short timeline, remember these were 2 to 3 month projects with very big problems to solve. I knew that we needed to move much faster. So I started taking the reins a little bit more. I took notes at our meetings, and when somebody agreed to take on a task, I confirmed with him or her then and asked them for the timeline for completing the task. So I would say something like, okay, so you're going to complete this task, right? And by when will it be finished? And those timelines that we established became deadlines. And sometimes the deadlines needed to be negotiated because we were all busy with other work and other classes. And everything was written down so that we could refer to it later. During this process, one of my project colleagues said to me, Virg, you're a great project manager. He told me, I really appreciate that you're helping us structure this project and keeping us organized. And I realized that he was right. I was really great at taking notes. Actually, not everybody is. I was really great at making sure tasks were assigned and accounted for. I was great at negotiating timelines and deadlines. And I was great at following up and following through with my project colleagues. After all, I realized that what we all wanted was the same thing, and that was to get a good grade on the project and in the class. So it was also during these projects that I learned how to behave in the boardroom. I mentioned previously that we were dealing with key decision makers, C-level people such as CEOs, COOs, and CFOs, and VPs of entire divisions at some really big companies. I was younger at that time than I am now. And so while I knew how to be polite and I could speak very well and I was very intelligent, I didn't really know how to conduct myself as a true business person. So through these projects, I learned how to speak up and speak out during meetings, even when important people were present. And that can be very nerve-wracking when you're in the presence of very important people to express your thoughts and ideas, but I learned how to do that. And we were also required to do presentations for each project. So I had to stand in front of these company leaders, my professors, my fellow students, and deliver messaging about our solution plan. I gained a lot of confidence during this time, and I now feel very comfortable speaking in front of large groups, even in person. And I feel confident to conduct myself as a qualified business leader in any boardroom setting. So there really isn't enough time for me in these few minutes to describe all of the important learnings and valuable skills that I gained from participating in these company projects. But I will say that I reviewed the brochure outline for this program course, the one that you're all here for now, and I see a lot of the same opportunities for those of you who are participating. So when it comes to internships and projects like these company projects, my advice to you is to go for it. I say have fun with it. Even if you feel there's a lot on the line, try to have fun with it. Roll up your sleeves and jump in. Don't just put your toe in. Jump in all the way. Because I have a feeling that you too will make new discoveries about yourself as a business leader. So thank you again to IPS Academy, IBMR Indoor for having me today. I wish you all much success for this program and also in the coming years of your business careers.
Thank you, Virginia. Thanks a lot for joining us today from San Francisco, USA. You're indeed in the other part of the world and at a different time zone. So on behalf of my entire team, I would like to thank you for joining us today. You beautifully explained how internship can be really an essential platform for students to learn, practice, and gain from an experiential environment. It not only makes you independent, improve your skills, and of course, makes you utmost organized. Thank you so much for sharing your insights. I would like to request Dr. Satyakant Dubey to kindly present this letter of appreciation to Virginia ma'am. Sir, are you there?
Hello.
Vivek, sir? Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Satyakant, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot, Virginia ma'am. Your insights related to your internship and how you learned from it and how your career growth started from the internship would help a lot of students who would be a part of today's gathering decide on how they should take their career forward. Thanks a lot for sparing time for us. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thanks, Satyakant sir. Thanks, Virginia ma'am. Now moving towards the next part of the program, our next international speaker, Sena Furusawa-san. She's our guest speaker today from Japan. I request Ms. Divya Kothari to introduce her. Please share the PPT.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you, Pallavi, ma'am. I will welcome the Miss Sana Fursova, ma'am. She is basically from the Japan. Sana Fursova, ma'am, is the director of a Broad Brand Private Limited and the director of a Fursova Language Academy LLP Limited Liability Partnerships. Sana Fursova is an immense knowledge of Indo-Japanese relations and having vast experience of teaching Japanese language. She is working with India and Japan from last 5 years as a graduate with a tour and travel to promote Japanese business in India. Sana Fursova is registered with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So I welcome you, Sana ma'am, on the behalf of IPS Academy, IPMR.
Hello. Namaskar, sir, ma'am, everyone. मेरा नाम सेना फुरुसावा है. Okay, I have been lived in Delhi since 2015. I am the director of Furusawa Japanese Language Academy and Broad and Brain in India. I love Indian culture and that is the reason I decided to stay in India. Indian and Japanese culture ties are very old due to Buddhism as Japan follows Buddhism. Japan is always friend nation of India and even supported India at the time of independence. Netaji's Subhash Chandra Bose temple is in Tokyo, Japan. And 3 months back, Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida visited India, and so last month, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji visited in Tokyo. Japanese government and Japanese companies are investing, and Japanese companies are Japanese companies are investing huge money in India through foreign direct investment. Japan is famous for technology and Japanese culture across roads. Japan is the third largest economy of the world, and few famous Japanese companies are Honda, Toyota, Hitachi, Suzuki, Sony, Mercedes, and so on. Japan needs immigrants to support their company as the population of Japan is only 12.65 crore, and we have aging population also to take care of. We need people in all sectors, and Japanese companies are very good paymasters. One can earn 15 lakhs to 22 lakhs per annum according to candidate skills. But the only requirement is the candidate needs to learn basic Japanese. So I request the university authors to start teaching Japanese, and the students also to start learning Japanese and make a bright future. Thank you for inviting me this event. Thank you so much. Namaskar. Sayonara. Arigatou gozaimashita.
Sena-san, thank you so much for joining us today. It is a challenge to understand the language, but I would really appreciate your effort to speak in English and to make things clear to us. Thank you, Sena-san, for joining us. I would invite Tripathi sir to kindly acknowledge ma'am and with a letter of appreciation, and please thank her.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sena-san. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Arigato. Thank you. Now moving towards the next part of the program, our chief guest, Dr. Ashok Kumar Sharma sir, who is the Rector and Acting Vice Chancellor of DVV Indore, Madhya Pradesh, India. I request Dr. Shailesh Thakur to kindly welcome sir.
Good morning, all the deputies. We have honor and privilege that Dr. Ashok Kumar Sharma is with us. He is a rector of Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya Indore and acting VC also. Dr. Ashok Kumar Sharma is presently, rector and pro vice chancellor of DAV Indore, confirmed by Indo-Hungarian Exchange Fellowship. He was and visited University of Pex, Hungary. He was a recipient of Best Science Research Award for the year 2012 by MPCST. He invited in an international conference in London as speaker in 2018 also. He visited Japan during November 21st to 24th, 2011 in the context of an international symposium of Kyoto University, Yokohama, Japan. Sir, we are very grateful that you have accepted our invitation. Over to you, sir.
Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Respected Sri Achal Chaudhary ji, President IPS Group of Institutions in Indore, which is extended to Jhabua and Samer also. Guest of honor of today's program and my colleague Dr. Sangeeta Jain, Director Institute of Management Studies from Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya Indore, and Dr. P.K. Singh, Director IM Truchi, Dr. Vivek Kushwaji, a Program Chair and Director IBMR IPS Academy, Mr. Virginia from USA, and Ms. Sana Furusawa from Japan. Convener of the event, Dr. S.P. Tripathi ji, Dr. Pallavi Mukherjee, and distinguished guests, academicians from the various corners of the country and abroad. Esteemed jury members, some of are Dr. Nikechi, Dr. Saurabh Pandey, Sri BVM Rao, Sri Vishwanath, Devashish Chakravarti, Sri Sanjay Gupta, Dr. Kapil Rokde, Sri Utpal Sen, Vikas Jaju, Miss Shilpa, and Sri Dhananjay Palsikar. And most importantly, icon of today's program and my dear students and participants from various institutions of the country. Very good morning to each one of you. At the outset, I feel honored and privileged to be the part of this wonderful program being hosted by IBMR, a prominent institute of the IPS Academy Indore. I am happy to note that IBMR IPS Academy Indore has taken considerable initiative in organizing such a wonderful event of third international level internship and research project presentation competition, namely Prakalp 2022. It is very much interesting to note that the focal themes during presentation will have focus on the topics of very much current relevance, including finance, international business, business economics, marketing, IT, human resource, data analytics, and general management. As we all know, national education policy has been in a continuous stage of its implementation in our country. Therefore, in context of provisions defined in NAP, which also emphasizes that the internship or project work is the mandatory component of the curriculum and not only for the postgraduate student but also at undergraduate level. Also, such type of internship or skill oriented learning can assist the students who wish to exit the course at certificate or diploma level after 1 or 2 years of their studies. Similarly, the research component has made compulsory for final year students of undergraduate according to NEP 2020. Moreover, the rigorous discussion on composite interdisciplinary approach involving different facets of management such as HR, finance, IT, data analytics is the need of the hour. At present, higher education enrolls a large number of students, hence it is the responsibility of institutions to provide them holistic quality education to each and every student. It is highly important to encourage the young researchers so that their inherent potential can be appropriately converted into outcome-oriented performance in due course of time. It has been realized that considering the interdisciplinary approaches, novel ideas will emerge and these ideas can be transformed into an innovation which inculcates management-based temperament to achieve meaningful transformation. I am happy to note that in addition to the presentations, this August gathering have addressed by acclaimed research persons from renowned institutions across the globe. I am sure that you will be guided and enlightened through their derivations in the pursuit of your future career aspirations. Dear students, in my opinion, you should also learn to manage your time, energy, and you will learn to treat other people with respect and learn how positive treatment of others can lead to improve relationship. It is very essential part for the management aspirant students and faculty. Today, at this juncture, I would like to extend my heartiest wishes for the grand success of this mega event, Prakalp 2022, through an active participation of all the stakeholders. With these words, I once again would like to extend my gratitude to the organizers for inviting me here. I convey my best wishes to the participants taking part in the internship and project presentation competition. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity once again. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Very good day, sir.
Ashok sir, thank you so much for joining us today, for sparing your valuable time for us. Namaskar sir, thank you so much. I would like to also tell you sir, हमारे पास all over world से participation है. We have participation from all over the globe, from Australia, from Europe, from US, and from India. We have participation from Goa, St. Xavier's Kolkata, Pune, Gwalior, Bhopal, Mumbai, and so many places. So yes, we have a global level of participation, and I hope the competition today goes well. And I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart to join us today. I would request Dr. Satyakam Dubey sir to kindly please present the memento to Ashok sir.
Thanks a ton, Ashok sir, for sparing your valuable time for IPS Academy. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Our guest of honor today, Dr. Sangeeta Jain, ma'am. She's the director of IMSDAV Indore, Madhya Pradesh, India. I request Dr. Jaya Jaisinghania, ma'am, to please welcome her.
Good morning, everyone. So I, Dr. Jaya Jaisinghani, welcomes the guest of honor, Dr. Sangeeta Jain, ma'am, Director IMS TAVP Indore. She is a member of governing body and chairperson of selection committees at various affiliated colleges of DAVV. Dr. Sangeeta Jain is also an intellectual corporate trainer for industry giants like Impetus, Cipla, APTC, BSF, and IMA. With her rich sense of psychology and management, she holds different designations at Rotary International Districts. It's a privilege for us, ma'am, to have you here today, and the dice is all yours.
Thank you, Jaya. Thank you. Thank you, Jaya. I think I'm audible. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Respected Shri Achal Chaudhary ji, the president of IPS Academy, is the president, and because of his efforts and the blessings, we all are together under the umbrella of IPS family. Dr. Vivek Kushwaha, the director of IBMR, and of course my guru, though he must have left till now, but because of his busy schedule, the guest of honor of today's function, Dr. P.K. Singh, the director of Trichy, IIM Trichy, and the head of our DAVV family, Dr. Ashok Sharma sir, the rector of DAVV. He is the guiding torch for the entire DAVV family. It's really great to see that sir is here and giving the blessings and wishes to the IPS family. Other jury member, Miss Virginia from San Francisco, Miss Sena from Japan. Today's program conveners, Dr. Pallavi Mukherjee, Dr. S.P. Tripathi, faculty members, all other faculty members, the senior colleagues, and of course, for whom we all are here. We always forget that why we are here. So we are here for the participants. Unless the participants are not there, then there is no show. So yes, of course, very good morning to all the participants. Because you participated, the reason is that this type of program can be held. So first of all, I must congratulate the entire family, entire IPS family under the able leadership of Dr. Vivek Kushwaha, sir, that this is the last, I think the third year, the consecutive third year that this Prakalp is being organized. And this is how we can really mark that, yes, the importance of internships, the importance of research project, because from last 3 years, though it started in the COVID era, and it has got the opportunity that now because of the COVID, we got connected to all the international participants also and the international jury members also. So we always say the COVID has the blessings and disguise, both the plus and minus. One opportunity what we can see today is that international participation is there, international jury members are there. So this is really a great event, and I must congratulate the entire IPS team that from last 3 years, this Prakalp 2020, the international research presentation and the internship presentation. So a big applause for the entire IPS family, I must say, because it's not easy to organize consecutively such type of grand events. This time, though, Pallavi has not narrated about the statistics, but what I heard from Vivek that 225 initial entries were there, but after second and third round, how many today are participating, that I think now she'll brief. Because you see the students who are present today, they passed through a filtration process. So a big congratulations to all who have reached to this final stage. And naturally, we must appreciate the efforts of others also who at least applied this year. Maybe the next year they'll cross and they'll come to the last stage. So it has the entire series, what we talk in management, a systematic procedure. So that systematic procedure of filtration is followed in the Prakalp. And that is why we say that we are management people. Whatever we do, it has a process, it has a system. So the statistics I'm not having, but whosoever how many, maybe 50 participants or less than that for the final round. So I must congratulate all the participants. Now my few things for the students. Last year also I was talking about this, but still this internship, when we talk about, these are actually the guidance and the first hand exposure to the job, because this is the real world, the job real world. And this internship is you can say the opportunity what you can grab so that you can have just a feel of that real job world. And it allows all the students to acquire these professional skills, or you can say knowledge and practice theory, which they have learned in the classroom. What Dr. Singh was narrating about, that the theory and the practical, this internship it's not that without theory, these things can be, we can proceed with this. Theory jo padh rahe hain, that you can very well see when you are coming to the organization. Because I won't say that theory is different and the practice is different, what sir was talking about, but the expertise is how well you have grasped the concept. And now, once you are in that real job market, those concepts, how we can apply. We talk about the teamwork in OB classes. The faculty, they take various teamwork games also. But now the point is, when you are with the real team, you identify whether you are a good team member or not. As an individual, you can give the excellent results, but with the team, whether you can able to deliver that or not. So that you'll able to relate, because I remember that most of the students, when they come to me and meet, they always say, ma'am, whatever we have learned in the OB classes, that's what we are practicing. And with that concepts, with those roots, I think we can able to justify. So it's not that some ready-made capsule can be given, but if you are really sincere in the classrooms, understanding the concepts, understanding the principles, that of course, because management education is what? That is not, we are trying to give you the roots of psychology or roots of sociology or the roots of social psychology, but we are trying to take all those relevant things which can be really practiced at workplace. So in management education, I believe that this internship is must, and it is very important for all the students. So every student should go for an internship, especially students pursuing the management or the MBA, you can say the professional degree, to get clarity about the activities that take place in the corporate world. And internship always helps students to enter in the real job market. And it is generally observed that those who do an internship get a competitive advantage over other candidates in this job hunting process. And that we have seen also. Now, MBA internships depends a lot on the nature of business, in which type of organization you are going, on the role a student is given by the organization, and thus giving a great opportunity to students to become a part of the company and show their commitment towards the assigned task. And the commitment is achieving those targets or whatever objectives or work given by the organization. This provides a great chance for the interns to get recruited by the company as their permanent employees. There are a number of cases I think the students have when the interns get converted into the final job seekers, because this is what the purpose of the internships or the trainings. So we can say that internships, they are considered as a building block. And if this building block, this is necessary to build a path for a successful career ahead. If you are not taking a right type of internship, if you are not having a right type of exposure, then of course the moving in a career ahead becomes little difficult and it will take more time. So that's why we always say it's like a building block. So why not to start your MBA qualification with the internships? Now, one thing more, sir has also said this, but I want to lay emphasis on this, that a student before taking an internship, they should have a clear-cut objective. किस तरह के career में आपको जाना है? Which type of organization suits, whether it's a service, whether it's a manufacturing, whether it's a finance domain or HR domain or IT domain or marketing domain. Because until and unless you are having a clear understanding of what type of career you like to opt, then internships won't able to benefit you that much. So before going to internship, if I understand, बहुत सारे confusions होते हैं, there are a lot of dilemmas with you that which type of internship will be more suitable. So that is why the guidance of the faculty members and expert members, that is must. Now I can see my teacher, Dr. Pawan Kumar Singh sir also. And sir, here I want to narrate one experience of mine. It's a long back in 91, 92 when sir was there and I was doing MBA. So when for the first time we were going for the internship, the summer training, that was Visakhapatnam steel plant. And me and my one of the friend, Miss Aarti, because sir knows hum sabko bahut personally jante hain. And both of us were going for Visakhapatnam steel plant training in HR. So we were blank. And I still remember Dr. Singh and Dr. Sharma, both of our teachers and mentors, they said, तुमको क्या करना है बहुत clear होना चाहिए. You are doing a specialization in HR, and for HR, I think public sectors are the best. And that is what sir said that time. And I think sir ka jo guidance tha, that you are going there, you will be coming with one report in a particular domain, but then as a HR student, try to understand, take an overview, take a learning of overall HR functions, all operational HR functions. It's not that just stick to one, but after getting the idea, understanding of entire HR functions, then pick up a particular stream of your choice or whatever the organization provides, and then go for a specific research or research particular project in that. And I remember that time that both of us were really had a tough time before we reached there, that kya karenge, kaise karenge. But then with the guidance of, because that 30 years back, I'm talking about, the internships were not that common, the summer trainings were not that common. So getting the right guidance also was tough, but then we are blessed that we had good teachers and we got that in which direction we have to go. And I remember when we landed there and we took 3, 4, 5 days to settle down and then got to know what it's a huge system of any public system, the HR systems. And then finally, after understanding that, we moved to training and development, and then finally, not only training and development, because they have a different setup for HRD also, and the training department was different. So then we pick up one particular domain and we did, and then that too also both of us took another one, took the appraisal and another took it. So we did our work with a continuous guidance. That time, so much of WhatsApp and everything was not there. So maybe sometime phone calls. So we got the right guidance. As I was mentioning, this guidance, so all faculty members, I must tell that before the student proceed for internship, give them a structure that how to go about, because they'll be lost in the organization. This is a corporate world and now so many challenges, and especially the private organization, they are very clear, unko bachon se kaam lena hai. But then our purpose is different. Yes, they have to work, but then in that working, they should learn something in a very structured form and able to document that, because until and unless they put in the form of a report, because that's part of your assessment also, this internship, if they are not documented properly, they won't leave any traces of the actual learning. So reporting, still I have those reports. So that reporting is very important. That documentation part is also very important. And that is what the task of a teacher or task of a mentor. So today I take this opportunity after 30 years and I take this platform. Sir, आपको बहुत-बहुत प्रणाम उस टाइम की गाइडेंस से, और ये अच्छी बात है कि आज मैं आपके साथ यहाँ पर हूँ और हम स्टूडेंट्स को एक रियल वो दे पा रहे हैं कि इंटर्नशिप्स का कितना फायदा होता है. Because you see, not only that you are going there, but in reality that helps us. So all the MBA students, of not for MBA, all the professional students, I always say that go for the internships, learn, because when we are not getting that exposure, then finally when we move in the corporate world, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, we get lost. In Western world, interns usually start with entry level work before they take the responsible tasks. But in our curriculums, after completing the basics, the first year, maybe whether it's research methodology or the statistics or whatever, then we go for the, you can say, the right type of internships leading to our specialization or whatever expertise we want to have, maybe a strategic or maybe the law or maybe the marketing, whatever. So I always say this learning does not merely happens in the classrooms, because a lot of learning which happens outside the classroom with the peer group or the field, and of course with this now the virtual world also. So this vast amount of information and knowledge is also available on the internet in today's time. But then all these things, how to apply in a systematic way, that is what an intern is expected to do. And these internships and research projects are really the opportunities that we learn from the field, that we learn from the industry, and that we learn from the reality also. So when we see things in action, we are able to relate theory and practice, and the learning becomes more firm. And when we say कि theory और practice में कुछ relation नहीं है, मैं फिर से सर की बात दोहराऊंगी कि relation है और बहुत कुछ है. And I must, because it's not a very formal, this is a formal program, but one more learning what I must share with you, that when we were in that internship in Visakhapatnam, that was Rajiv Gandhi's assassination, that time it was there. And like today, the last 2 years before we experienced the lockdown, that same situations we faced there also. And because of that situation, we learned, being the students, we were not having to, though girls ko aana chahiye aisa bola jata tha, but then that is the opportunity we got to learn various type of other things also related to the household affairs, related to the cooking and everything. So the life skills also we learn. So I always say that was also a part of internship, because when I came back from that, my mother was very happy that you have learned so much of cooking there. So you see, that was also part of internship I take. So it's not only to going to that particular corporate office, but when for the first time you're moving from your homes and staying there, managing all the things, and when some type of challenges come, how you're putting the things, that is the real, I'll say the real working or something happens. Now, this was what I was sharing with my personal experience, and emphasizing again that what is the importance and what is the role of internships for any management student. And now seeing the NEP 2020 and realizing this importance of research, innovation, startups, and entrepreneurship in making our country self-reliant or Atmanirbhar, the government of India is integrating them with education. Now you see, I want to emphasize here this point for the faculty members, for the educationists, that now everyone, earlier it was only for the management or for the professional education, but now seeing this importance of innovation, or you can say the startups and entrepreneurship, and of course the research. So how we can make our country Atmanirbhar, government of India has integrated that with the education, and the curriculum and the teaching learning processes. Both are being redesigned to emphasize the creativity, critical thinking, design thinking, and problem solving. Now you're seeing the changes in the curriculum. So internships are being made a regular feature of undergraduate and postgraduate courses. Earlier it was not, but now you can see that in undergraduate programs also the internships has come. And AICTE has created a national internship portal. This, note it down and try to see and guide your students to see this portal, because AICTE has created this national internship portal for facilitating internships where students and industry can match their requirements. So this is the latest development that they have come up. AICTE has come up with the internship portal. And UGC has also developed a scheme for promoting research internships. You see, there's a difference. Try to understand. Now they have come up with the research internships also to provide opportunities to students to do internships in research and development divisions, R&D divisions, research labs or research institution, and even on the research projects with faculty members of the educational institution. So it's not only that in the corporate, but for promoting the research, this type of initiations has been taken place, because they are promoting, they are coming with it. Soon they'll be coming with the scheme for promoting research. So in order to further promote a culture of research and innovation, the government is encouraging all the HEIs, higher education institutions, to establish research and development cells. Earlier, only the professional or maybe the IIMs and IITs were having, but now the policy is coming that for all the HEIs, that they should come up with the research and development cells, incubation centers, and innovation councils for their campuses. And the government is helping in all that. So these initiatives will enhance, no doubt, the employability and develop a new breed of young entrepreneurs in the country. So I must congratulate Dr. Vivek Kushwaha and the entire team कि आपने जो चीज 2 साल पहले शुरू की है, now the government is coming up with all these schemes that internship is must, though we were undergoing the internships, but now as a like the competition, what you launched the 2 years back in 20, you see, now the entire country has understood that that is the importance, and the government is making a policy in this regard that every HEIs should have such type of cells. And when we have such type of cells, such type of activities really make sense. So the opportunities, of course, are there, and it brings talent, it brings creativity among the students. And I hope that this will bring a lot of entrepreneurs, number of startup ideas will come, and the great inventions begin, of course, with an innovative idea. But that ecosystem, that culture is to be provided. That's the responsibility of HEIs. And that I think you are doing that in a very efficient manner. So I must congratulate the entire IPS team. So in this way, when the students are getting that atmosphere, this type of competition, because whether it is they are going for the internships or whether they are coming up with their any research projects, and the whole day the discussions will be there, they'll be judged. So I'm sure that seeing that number of other students the next year, the participation will increase, I'm sure, because now the undergrad students will also undergo internships. So this number no doubt will going to increase. So this competition will bring lots of learning, and the spirit of participation will prevail. Somebody will, of course, win and somebody will going to lose. But here, such type of competition, no one is the loser. That's for the students. Nobody is the loser. It is you have come up to this stage, so you have already won. Okay. It's just that now you are getting the opportunity to listen to the other person's ideas also. And maybe when the different students or different participants are hearing from each other, they'll come up with brainstorming will be there, and they'll come up with more innovative ideas. And maybe you never know, that idea can someday be in the form of very good corporate house, or maybe some type of software you can come up with. So with this, I wish all the participants a very happy learning. And of course, it's a opportunity what the organization has given, the IPS Academy. So involved in the entire process with full zeal and with full fun also. Learn, because I always say that learning be a lifelong learning. It is not that for just today you are learning, but it has to be lifelong learning. So today is a day when you will just learn about this. So from my side, good wishes to everyone, to all the participants, and congratulations to the organizers. And I'm sure that the next year, maybe you can connect the international speakers through other portal. But I wish that अगर आज आपने बुलाया होता तो मैं सिंह सर से मिल लेती personally. So I really say that that these type of, maybe we can come, the people from India can be together, because then again a different type of environment will be there. So try to have a blended mode, not only one, that maybe the international speakers or participants can join virtually, but give an opportunity to the people who are here, because as we say, it's not only a classroom learning, It is the outside. When we are taking tea, when we are discussing, when we are together, it's a lot of new things will come. और एक नई ऊर्जा का संचार तो हो ही जाता है. तो आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. आप सबको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. ऑफिस से डॉक्टर अशोक शर्मा सर और डॉक्टर सिंह सर को मेरा प्रणाम. नमस्कार.
Thank you so much, Sangeeta ma'am, for joining us today. Very rightly said, ma'am. We should never stop learning because life never stops teaching. So I'm so sorry to have not mentioned. We have around 200 participants, as Vivek sir said, and almost 59 students, ma'am, has been finalized for today, and they are going to give presentation today. And we are looking forward to a rigorous 3-hour presentation session post this. And of course, ma'am, this time also we had planned for a hybrid mode, but it couldn't come up well. But I promise you, with your blessings, with sir's blessings, we'll try to plan out a full-fledged blended mode, hybrid mode next time, and we'll start the planning 1 year ahead, right after this Prakalp. And as you said, ma'am, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. So the competition must go on and the learning must go on. I request Dr. Vivek Singh Kushwaha sir to kindly present the memento to ma'am and give vote of thanks to ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sangeeta ma'am, for sparing your time and your valuable words, your own experience. And the best thing is, गुरु और शिष्य दोनों ही हमारे साथ थे आज, और ऑब्वियसली दोनों का गाइडेंस हमको कंटिन्यूअस मिल रहा है. एंड डेफिनेटली मैम, वी अश्योर यू नेक्स्ट ईयर this event is supposed to be in an hybrid mode where yes, the physical interaction as well as the online interaction is there. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Now, the last part of the program, I will invite Dr. S.K. Tripathi sir, who is the convener of Prakalp 2022, to kindly give us a brief about Prakalp 2022. Sir, the dais is all yours.
Very good morning to all of you. Our president, Achal Chaudhary sir, who is always the inspiration for the such activities. Our chief guest, Dr. Ashok Sharma ji, prominent speaker, Dr. P.K. Singh sir, and always we get the blessings from Dr. Madam Sangeeta Jain. I am Dr. S.K. Tripathi to start the journey started of the Prakalp. The IPS Academy Institute of Business Management and Research in Indore has started journey of Prakalp in 2003 at national level. The objective was to bridge the gap between academia and industry. At beginning, there were few students participation. From last 3 years, we are organizing Prakalp at international level. In third international research project presentation competition, there is a very inspiring number of the participants who is participating. There are the 258. We got 258 students registration in the registered from different countries as well as from the different part of the country. After screening, we have gone 2 days screening, 8th and 9th, and today we are at the grand finale. Competition is at grand finale. 59 participants is going to take part in the grand finale. Especially the young professionals, the fantastic offer and excellent prospect to share their work and also their learning from the summer internship or research project. And research project is the one of the mandatory paper in the MBA program. So it provides a great opportunity for the students to represent their research project often proves to have a marvelous impact on the students' level of learning, which eventually boosts their confidence to great height. Thank you very much. Father, we have 4 categories of the event. One is the management, where there is the marketing, finance, HR, and general management. In each category, there are the 3 prizes are there for second and third prize. In the first prize, we are going to provide 6,000 rupees. It is not a big amount, but it gives a great inspiration for the students since some achievements if they are going to win the prizes, and all the participants will get the certificates also. So it provides a great platform to the students which are interested in the research project or research internship projects. That is the thank you very much. Time is running, so I'm not going to take much time. Thank you very much to all of you.
Thank you, Tripathi sir. I would now request Dr. Satyakam Dubey sir, who is the Director of Admissions, sir, to kindly give a vote of thanks. Sir, the rise is yours.
Thank you, Pallavi ma'am. Today, the session has been unique in all senses. First and foremost, Dr. P.K. Singh sir, Dr. Sangeeta Jain madam, गुरु भी हैं, शिष्य भी हैं और शिष्य के शिष्य भी हैं. तो ये generations of educationists इस सेशन में मौजूद हैं. शायद हम में से कई लोग जो बातें संगीता जैन मैडम ने डॉक्टर पीके सिंह सर के बारे में बोली, हम में से कई लोग यहाँ इस डायस पे, many of us would say the same things about Dr. Sangeeta Jain madam also. So thanks a lot to all the dignitaries present over here. A special thanks to Dr. P.K. Singh sir for sparing valuable time. His explanation of the link between practice and theory and making it clear to all present over here that you don't need to discuss on the link. The link is always there. It is not a chicken and egg that what came first, but it is important that yes, the egg leads to the chicken. So there is definitely a link between theory and practice. Also, one more important takeaway from Dr. P.K. Singh sir is the joy of research. Everybody sitting over here, all faculty members, all students present over here, this is a very important thing to know and to learn and to imbibe, that derive that joy of research. Don't do research only to add on to your credentials, not only for that, but derive that joy of research. Thanks a lot, Dr. P.K. Singh sir. Also, your suggestion of faculty guided research project in the 3rd semester at DAVV, we are already following that, sir, that there is a major research project in the 3rd semester for all students, which the students can take forward from their summer internship or can take up a faculty guided research project in the 3rd semester itself. Also, the syllabus has been made in such a way that basic subjects like research methodology, statistics, they are taken up in the 1st year, so that data analysis could be done in the research project itself. Thanks a lot, sir, for sparing your time. Thank you, Virginia, ma'am from US. She shared her experiences of her internship and how that internship helped her getting a hold of her capabilities and charting her career. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Sana, ma'am. Your suggestion of teaching Japanese, she was talking about the career opportunities that are there for students of India in Japan. Her suggestion about teaching Japanese, I would request all students over here, if they can get hold of some tutors and can learn a foreign language, not only Japanese, but any foreign language, that would add a lot of value to all students as individuals. Dr. Ashok Sen sir, Dr. Ashok Sharma sir, thank you for sparing valuable time for us. The explanation of the focus of the new education policy on research was very, very important for all faculty members, and I hope all faculty members would pass it on to the student community. Thank you, Dr. Sangeeta Jain madam. Thanks for your guidance, for your blessings. They are always there with us. You have shared your personal experiences of internship, and that would actually help students understand कि ये जो बातें हम कर रहे हैं, we have lived through those things. ये ऐसी चीजें नहीं है जो सिर्फ बातें हैं. ये हमारी लर्निंग का हिस्सा रहा है और सभी की लर्निंग का हिस्सा रहेगा. थोड़े बदलाव जरूर आएंगे, बट हिस्सा तो डेफिनेटली रहेगा लर्निंग का. Thank you very much. Also, the add-on of internship, which is very important. Cooking, as you said, was an add-on of your internship, and definitely that would be an add-on for everybody, especially for the boys, because lockdown has all taught us all that we should know these basic life skills. Thanks a lot to all dignitaries. Thanks a lot to the organizing committee. You have put in a lot of effort. There would have been technical glitches which are a part and parcel. We have all got used to these things now, but still it has been a great job. Last but not the least, thanks to all the participants. Without you, Prakalp 2022 would not have happened. You are basically the building block of Prakalp 2022. Thanks a lot to everybody, and best wishes to all the participants. Thank you, Pallavi ma'am.
Thank you so much, Satyakam sir. Thanks to all the dignitaries for joining us today. Dr. P.K. Singh sir, Dr. Sangeeta Jain ma'am, Dr. Ashok Kumar sir, and all the judges and jury members, national and international, for joining us today. And of course, the participants, thank you so much. The program would not be a success yet if you were not there. Thank you so much. Again, I would like to close the inaugural ceremony of today. A message for the participants. The session starts right sharp at 1 p.m. today, so please be on time. And a request to all the judges and jury members, please get connected with your Zoom links. You have everything that is required in your emails and phones at 1 p.m. sharp, and then we'll meet at the valedictory at 3:45 p.m. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Thanks a lot. Namaskar.